Lesson 37. Inversions. What are inversions? We've learnt all 12 major chords. So 1, 3 and 5 make up a major chord. By now you should know all the 12 major chords. An inversion is simply a different way of playing the same chord. In other words, all you're doing is changing the order in which a chord is played. So if we look at C major, the notes in C major are C, E and G. C, E and G make up a C major chord. So if I was to take this C and place it somewhere else, so take this C and I'll place the same C up here. That is still a C major chord. Still got the note C, still got the note E, and still got the note G. If I take this E and place it up again, that's still a C major chord. Still got the note C, still got the note E, and it's still got the note G. Now if I take this G and place it up the top, we'll now be back to the original position we played C major. C, E and G, C, E and G, C, E and G. So as long as you're playing the same notes that are in the chord, it's still a C major, except it is now in a different position. So, placing a chord in a different order is called an inversion. What inversion? Okay, we look at the notes C, E and G, C major. We built the C major chord on a C. C is the bottom note. So this bottom C is known as the root. It's the bottom note in which we built the chord on, which is a C. So it's a C major. That is known as root position, because the note we built the chord on is on the bottom. So root position. If we now place this C up to the top, an octave above, change the C and place it here, we now have first inversion. So we have root inversion, because the C is on the bottom, that's the note we built the chord on, and then we've now placed it an octave above, on top. So, it is now first inversion. So, root position, we place the root on the top, it's now first inversion. If we now place the next bottom note up the top, which in this case is the E, and place it here, we now have second inversion. An easier way of knowing which inversion you're actually playing is we play a C major chord. If the C, the root is on the bottom, it's root inversion. If the root gets changed to the top, now it's at the top, it's called first inversion. If the root is actually in the middle, it's second inversion. So C major root position, C major first inversion, C major second inversion. Again, root position, it's actually in root position, first inversion, and then second inversion. Let's try this with a G major chord. G major chord consists of the note G, B and D. It's a G major chord. We built the chord from a G. The G is on the bottom. It's now actually in root position. Root inversion, root position. if we now place the G on the top, that's now first inversion. So root position, place the G on top, first inversion. If we now place the B on top, so now the root is actually in the middle, that's now second inversion. So root, first, second. One more time. Root, first, second. If we go one up again, if we place this D on top, we're back to the root position. So if I go through the C's, starting with this, C major down here, root, place the C on top, first, place D on top so the root is in the middle, second, root, first, second, root, first, second, root, first, second. Same with G major, in root position, first, second, root, first, second. Let's try it with D major. Here's D major, D, F sharp and A. Okay, D, F sharp and A. So let's place this D on top. Same notes, D, F sharp and A, D, F sharp and A. The root is on top, so that's first inversion. Let's place the F sharp on top. The F sharp is now on top. That's still D major, it's in second position. So root, first, second. C major, root, first, second. Let's try it with B major. There's B major. We now place the B on top. First inversion. Place this note on top, D flat. We're now at second inversion. So first, second, root, first, second. Again, root, first, second. What I want you to do before we move any further, I want you to go through all 12 keys and go root, first, second. Root, first, second. Root, first, second. And keep going over it in your mind, remembering the positions. Root, first, second. Root, first, second. The fingers I'm using, you don't have to use these fingers, but I'm actually using 1, 2 and 3 fingers for the root position. I'm using 2, 3 and 5 for the first position. And then 1, 3 and 5 for the second inversion. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, and 1, 3, 5. Root, first, second. And then I want you to go to the next one above. Root, first, second. And then I want you to go to D major, root, first, second. Then E flat major, root, first, second. Then E major, root, first, second. But I want you to go back to the other root. So root, first, second, root. Root, first inversion, second inversion, root. Root, first inversion, second inversion, root. And I want you to go through each and every single chord, every single major chord. All the way up and all the way back down. It's a good way of memorising each conversion. So you do that before we move on to the next lesson.